everybody, my name is Don McManus, but I'm more commonly known as Dr. Mac, and I've been helping kids and families as a child psychologist for decades. And the primary area that I've specialized in is parenting strong-willed kids. So over the past 40 years, I've developed a program that's been highly successful with over 1,000 families. You know, people used to have to travel to my office to learn and apply the principles and practices that I teach, but now it's all packaged into this online program available to parents everywhere. So what about you? What are your needs? Is your child strong-willed, or how challenging is it to get them to listen when you're making reasonable requests like getting ready for school or brushing their teeth or getting to bed on time to get enough sleep? Are they defiant a lot or even a little bit? Are they respectful and kind? Are there problems in school? You know as I do that kids who are strong-willed have tons of strengths and positive characteristics. You'd never want to stifle or squash their spirit or drive. But then there's the flip side of the coin. I don't know if this describes you, but some parents are practically pulling their hair out with the challenge of getting their child to listen. So who's really in charge in your family? Well, here's a story you might appreciate. A 7-year-old says to me in a first session, "Dr. Mac, you want to know the problem? It's that my parents won't do what I tell them to." So I know from my years of experience how aggravating it can be when your child doesn't respond to limits. You might even be thinking at times, but hopefully not saying or screaming, "What do you mean I bust my butt all day to be sweet to you and work hard and give you tons of stuff and care and kindness, and you're going to say no to me when I ask you to please put your shoes on? Well, give me a break." So you really don't want to raise your voice all the time, but it's too hard and your frustration just spills out, and even if you're not screaming at your kid, your tone and your anger can backfire into conflict. And there's two other common patterns that don't work, and those are lecturing and making threats you don't follow through on. All along, maybe you were hoping that your child would just grow out of being so challenging, but perhaps it hasn't gotten better. So despite how really busy you are, things have gotten to a point where you realize that this parenting challenge thing has got to take priority. So now you're looking for help. So let's just kick open the door and see what I have to offer you here. There are a variety of simple tools that we'll be talking about, but also a complete program of 8 modules that'll give you everything that you need to turn things around in a much bigger way, including video demonstrations of some of the procedures. You'll also have lots of different materials that you'll need to be able to enact the program. And you can learn why spanking and raising your voice and repeating yourself are ineffective. You'll also be able to assess and focus on your family's strengths and weaknesses and uncover any challenging influences of how you were parented yourself. We'll also be focusing on the principles drawn from the latest brain research. It's very exciting. And the discovery of mirror neurons. We will also be talking about how to access and manage and express feelings in helpful ways, including your own feelings, and how to approach your child's playing too many video games. I'm sure that none of you have that challenge, right? We'll be talking about how and why to use positive incentives and also avoid material rewards, and how to create effective consequences that kids greatly favor over all other options, and how to involve your child in the new system in a way that motivates them to act better rather than just behaving for your sake, and how to use some fun and playful forms of reverse psychology to do so. And finally, how to roll out the whole program in a family meeting that gives you the best shot at cooperation rather than resistance. And as an extra special bonus, you'll be provided with 8 award-winning kids songs that I've produced that relate thematically to each of the teaching modules. These songs have been shown to build character and social and emotional skills in very effective ways. So in conclusion, with strong-willed kids, you can't just be a good parent, you have to be a great or even a superlative parent. And even though the program I've developed will help you a lot as a parent, it won't be at your child's expense. It's a win-win kind of situation. And if you've ever gotten really confused about expectations, there really is only one valid excuse for why it's not okay for your child to brush their teeth when you remind them to. And here it is. Look, Daddy, I can't brush my teeth. So I invite you to turn things around for the sake of your child. With this approach, they can feel less guilty and become less anxious and hyper and out of control and wind up being happier and more loving and with a higher self-esteem. Kids benefit so much by not just the love and warmth you give them, but also by setting limits in really caring and effective ways that bring out the best in everyone. So, if you're at least even a little bit interested in taking some positive steps, this course is an important investment you can make in your family. You can do it. All you got to do is learn some new tools and carry out the elements of the system for it to work. So give it a try. Thanks so much.